What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Dudes Who Bet Daily. We're back for a Saturday Papa Dude here an hour early, like always, because these college football games start so early. Hey, I want to mention something to you right off the bat. I think you're going to get a kick out of. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you been watching College Game Day today at all?
No, I haven't had time. What's going on?
Okay. I'm glad because this will shock you. Somebody that I went to high school with got a shout out on College Game Day today. Any guesses? Any guesses?
No. So, hang on. Okay, you got to give me a hint.
Okay, so yesterday was Veterans Day, obviously, and so College Game Day was honoring employees of ESPN that are veterans, basically.
Bart Baker.
That's right. Yes, Bart Baker got a shout out today on College Game Day. Went to high school with you. If you were watching and you saw that little clip, that was a guy that went to a high school in Aurora, Missouri, with me in my same class. Yeah, got a shout out today. I was shocked.
I can't believe that. And if guys know Bart, you know why I can't believe it. But he's come a long way. Obviously, he's a great kid. He was fine. Yeah. A little different, but wow. So he's working for ESPN, right?
Or yeah, he's worked for ESPN for years now. He's the graphics operator, I believe, for College Game Day now. And he's been in the back, like in the truck, doing the graphics and stuff for a while. And
did they show him?
Yeah. They had a picture of him currently and a picture of him when he was in the military.
Oh,
and it was,
man, I wish I'd have been watched, but I don't ever turn it on until we get off the show here.
It was really cool. It probably, I don't know, about 15, 20 minutes before we came on the show, it was on. Yeah, pretty cool stuff for sure. Cool. So
that's really
wanted to start out with that. Did not think I'd see that this morning.
I bet that shocked you too. Yeah.
I was like, I did a triple take. I was like, I think that's who I know, but
and you haven't seen Bart in a long time, probably.
No, I haven't seen him in years, but the last time I saw him, he talked about ESPN. So
yeah.
Wow. Cool. Turns out the Mean Green weren't so mean last night. Magic gets it done. He was under 24 and a half of the Mean Green, comes in at 21. So
I was really worried because they had 14 pretty quick in that game.
Yep. But SMU buckled down. The Mustangs trampled the Mean Green last night. Yeah. Also, your hockey game last night was a great game.
That was a good one.
For a hockey game in November, the Panthers and the Hurricanes, really good game. Panthers win for you. And Curtis is here. Hottie Toddy says, big Ole Miss fan Curtis is. He's got a huge game tonight. We're going to talk about that game, Curtis, here in just a sec, as they're at Georgia. All right, let's get to the big ones today. Michigan and Penn State going to kick us off today, Papa Dude, 11 o'clock. We'll be able to watch a little bit of this and then listen to the rest of it in the car. What do you think is going to happen with the Jim Harbaugh situation? It does add a little bit of intrigue as far as I thought Michigan would kind of be easy win. I don't know about now. What do you think?
How much is that going to be a distraction? I don't know. That I think they're used to it.
I don't think it's a worry if it would have happened on like Monday, but he's on the plane to go to the game, and when they land, he can't coach. I mean, I think that's weird. I don't know.
Well, first of all, they should have decided. Why did they wait till then? I mean, what were they waiting on? They knew about this 3 weeks ago.
Yep. It's
just typical. Was it the Big Ten that made the decision?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. That's even dumber.
Yeah.
To do it, doesn't that look like kind of a dramatic thing they wanted to kind of do or make a point, wait till he gets on the plane? And
I think so. It seems somebody's out to get him. Okay.
I think so too. I don't think there's any doubt.
Yeah. Somebody's after him. I don't know who exactly it is, but anyway, it's weird. I don't know. I wouldn't think much of it. They've been without him because he was suspended for some other dumb reason to start the season.
Yeah, it was even dumber.
I don't think, the absence of him on the sideline really is that big a deal, but I do think it happening all in the middle of, oh, by the way, our biggest game of the year so far, obviously.
Yeah.
I think it could be a little bit of a distraction.
I'm just going to say this. I don't know what the big deal is. Every team in the country tries to steal signs.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Every one of them does.
I can only speak. I've never taken this serious the whole time.
No. Because every team changes their signals from the sideline every game, and sometimes they change them at halftime.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what the big deal is. I really don't. Now in baseball, if you know a curveball's coming, that's a big deal. But I don't know. Anyway, back to the game. I think Michigan's going to beat them. I think they're better.
Yep.
The question is, Michigan has played absolutely nobody, and that is a fact. They have not played anyone.
Yeah.
They've drilled everybody, but a lot of people would have drilled the teams they've played. Penn State is going to drill them. They're going to hit them in the mouth.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. This will be the first game that they're going to have to get down and dig to win, because Penn State's not going to roll over. But I don't think they've got enough offense to beat Michigan. I would take the under in this game all day. I don't think this is going to get to 44.5. I think 20-10 is going to win this, and I'm going with Michigan.
I'm with you. I'm going to go Michigan minus the 4.5. I'm not going to overreact. I do believe I listen. I think it is going to be a bit of a distraction, but I think the bottom line is once you get out on that field, Michigan's got the players that Penn State doesn't on offense, and that's just it. I mean, if I was confident Penn State could move the ball a little bit today, I'd probably take them. But after what I saw at Ohio State, I don't think they're going to be able to move the ball enough against this Michigan team. Give me Michigan. I think they're going to win this one. I'm with you. I think it goes under.
And Magic makes a good point. This could motivate Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on how much they like their coach.
Yep.
And I think they do. I don't know why they don't. They don't. He's a weird guy, but they play like they like him. You know what I mean? I don't never heard anything to the contrary. So if they respect him, Curtis makes a very good point. They might play pissed off today.
Yep. I think that's definitely a possibility. So we're both going Michigan. I think it'll look a lot like the Ohio State Penn State game where you just kind of look at it and go, well, Ohio State's just better. And it's a close game because, the Penn State defense is solid, but at the end of the day, I think Michigan beats them.
Yep,
so
I do too.
I'm with you. All right. Another game. I think this is going to be a great game. It doesn't have national title implications, but definitely a big game here in Columbia, Missouri this afternoon. Tennessee and Missouri, number 13 versus number 14. Still a little surprised. Tennessee, a 2.5-point favorite here, total sitting at 58.5. What do you think is going to happen to Columbia today?
That line's went up too.
It has.
It was 1.5.
Yep.
On Thursday when we talked about it, and now it's 2.5, which makes Missouri even more enticing to pick.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're better. I really do. And if Luther Burden is healthy, and I didn't know he wasn't,
he is. He's 100% going to play.
He might be the best receiver in the country.
Mm-hmm.
That's between him and Marvin Harrison Jr. I mean, this guy is good. He is really good.
Yep.
I am going to go with Missouri because the game's in Columbia. If it was in Knoxville, I'd go the other way around. The only thing I'm worried about the Tigers is they might be a little bit down after the Georgia game. That when you go play Georgia in Athens, it takes a lot out of you. And to come back and play a good Tennessee team is difficult. So if they can get back up and if that crowd is there, and I don't know whether it will be or not at 11 o'clock, I think they've got a great shot to win.
I do kind of agree with Dennis. The spread is a little strange. I thought Missouri would be the favorite. I'm taking this one like this. Tennessee is a national name brand.
That's right.
Missouri is not when it comes to football. I think that's why. I think they know, hey, Johnny Public's going to take Tennessee in this situation.
Absolutely. And we've talked about this about Missouri. Very few people know how good they are.
Yep.
They've slipped up on everybody. And these are the kind of games Missouri doesn't win. That would be the other thing. I think it's a risky pick to take Missouri. I do. But if you're looking for some value, I wouldn't bet Tennessee. I just wouldn't.
I will say this. I've watched Tennessee a lot. I've watched Missouri a lot. I would be surprised if Missouri loses. I really would. Yeah, I don't think Tennessee's very good. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Not offensively, they're not.
I don't think any aspect of them is like great. I mean, I think they're above average. Okay. I think Missouri's a better team. I think they're at home. You're right. The Georgia thing could be tough, but give me Missouri.
The other thing is too, this Tennessee team, I think overall is tougher than they were last year. They're more physical. What's the difference? They don't have a quarterback.
Yep. Yeah. Quarterback
they had on their team last year. and they'd be right where they were a year ago, and they would probably be about an 8-point favorite in this game.
I agree.
Yep.
I definitely agree with that. That's a huge difference for sure. All right. Ole Miss and Georgia to round out the college football coverage today. Number 9, Ole Miss. Number 2, Georgia. Ole Miss is having a really good season. However, they when they went to Alabama, they didn't get it done, and they didn't look great. You got a tougher test today with Georgia. This is a Georgia team that's been in some close games, including Missouri last week. Can Ole Miss go in there and give Georgia a scare today?
No.
Oh, yeah.
I respect Mississippi, but they flunk the test every time. And until they pass this kind of test, I can't go with them. I just can't. They've got to win a game like this. Like you said, they had a perfect opportunity when Alabama was still trying to find themselves.
You felt like they were going to go in there and win that game.
Yeah, I think
they really didn't threaten to win it.
No, they got thumped. Yeah. And so they just, I don't think are quite good enough to beat Georgia. The problem with Georgia is they are suspect offensively. And if they turn it over and they get behind, that's an issue. But you know what? These kind of teams don't do that in games like this. So I think Georgia's going to win. The points, that's gone up. I think it was 9 when we were talking about it, or maybe 10.
So
I don't
this
know.
one's
a little sketchy, but I wouldn't be afraid to take Georgia in the points.
This one's fluctuating quite a bit. So I wrote -11. That would have been about 45 minutes ago. It's now down to 10.5 again. You're right. It's been as low as 9. So it is kind of jumping all over the screen. You know, if I refresh it, maybe it's 10, maybe it's back to 11. So I do think it's a lot of points to lay with Georgia, a team that just, other than like when they played Kentucky, they just haven't really looked like a team that you want to lay 11 points with. But
and Curtis, you make great points. And then, as you said, if it becomes a shootout, I don't think this Mississippi team is the team we're thinking about offensively. I don't think they're that good. They didn't do much against Alabama, and I don't think they're as good as they've been in the past. I think the Rebels will play inspired, but sometimes that's not enough when you play a really good
to
team.
Be fair, if you're 8-1 and number 9 in the country and you're going into the defending national championships and you're not inspired, I mean, I think that goes without saying. They're going to be inspired. I just feel like, and I think you're right. I think the biggest thing is, I think this Ole Miss team might be the best version they've had under Kiffin because they feel like more of a complete team. It's not a one-sided team whatsoever.
Don't get me wrong. I'm rooting my ass off for them.
But the flip side of it is I don't think they have that dynamic offense that could go win this game like 45.
I don't think so either. And I think you have to have it to beat. And I said Thursday night, and I'll stand behind it. I may change my mind after today, but I think Alabama's going to beat Georgia if they get in the SEC championship. I don't think Georgia's as good as they have been.
Yeah. I think the line is about right. I think it'll be about a 10, 11-point game. So I don't know which side to take on the line, but I do think Georgia's going to come up with the win here. It should be a good game, though. I do think Georgia, a lot of years, very unbeatable looking. And then, this year they are beatable, but I don't know if Ole Miss is the team that's going to do it. So hopefully for Curtis's sake, they are, though.
Rob N's my kind of gambler. Look at the game he's going with today. Washington State and Cal. He has dug deep for this one, Rob. You're my kind of guy. That's what I do too. He's got that one over 60. I like that. Of all the games you find that one today, that's pretty good stuff.
It should go over 60, so I do actually agree with that. All right, let's get to the race of the day, then we can talk a little bit more about the football games you got going on, and I got a couple of bonus ones to end the show. So we'll go to Aqueduct Race 9 on the card. It's a Red Smith Stakes going a mile and 3/8 on the turf. Grade 2 event here, $300,000 the purse. We do have some scratches. The 3, the 9, the 13, 14, and 16 are out. But still a large field here, Papa Dude. Who you like in the Red Smith today?
Absolutely nobody. I'm going to go with what I always go with because it worked yesterday.
Okay.
We got it right. I'm going to go with the consistent horse. which is, got to find the number 8, Soldier
Right.
Rising. Likes to finish second, but here's the deal. He's been finishing second in grade 1s, and he's had 4 seconds in the last 5 starts in grade 1s. I think he's the most consistent horse, probably the safest of the bets.
Yep.
Doesn't always work out, but I got to go with him in this one. If he runs his race, I think he wins. I like limited liability, the 5 horse, a little bit, coming off a good third in grade 3. And I kind of like the 4 Cross Border, which won in a 200K last time out. So might be able to make that progression. But I'm going to go with Soldier Rising, number 8.
Soldier Rising, 9 for 20 and getting seconds. Mark says finds a way to lose. It does feel like that a little bit. I will say this. It's a big class drop today versus what he's been facing. So we'll see how it goes. But pretty big class drop. I've got bad news for Mark. I've got bad news for Rodney, and I've got bad news for Dennis. We're on the same horses. I like number 5, Limited Liability, on top today. I think this horse is going to be pretty tough in this spot. Another one, Papa Dude, consistent horse, has been close against tougher. I think finds an easier field today. So I like the 5 on top, and I do like the 6 second, as Rodney mentioned there. So 5-6 for me as well. And then Dennis talking about 9-11 Turbo, the 6 horse. I thought he was pretty interesting as well, coming off of a win last time out at Keeneland at a similar distance, was second to Gold Phoenix, going a mile and 3/8 at Del Mar. Gold Phoenix ran pretty well at the Breeders' Cup. So I think this is going to be pretty darn interesting to see how this shakes out. I wanted to go against Soldier Rising because of what we talked about. I'm afraid that it might be just a second place type of horse.
Yeah, could be.
So I went 5-6 in this one. I didn't play him, but I would not be shocked if the 12 Masterpiece runs a little bit better today than what we've seen off of a little bit of a layoff. So we'll see. But 5-6 for me. You didn't mention the 6, did you?
No.
Yeah. No love for the 6.
Look at him, but I did look at the 12.
Okay. All right.
By the way,
go ahead. Yep.
We got a couple other guys here that made their bets that we got to talk about. Okay.
Okay. Which ones?
Well, we got Dennis, who's come up with his usual thing that I don't understand what the hell he's talking about.
Dennis says, my game I like is Rutgers, the alternate spread, -4. Yeah. So I think Rutgers is or Iowa's a 1-point favorite, or Rutgers is a 1-point favorite. So
I think Iowa is.
Okay. He's got the alternate spread there. Yeah.
Yeah. Leave it to Dennis to find something.
Hey, on our show, I said Rutgers is going to win like 21-3. So I love it.
Just no faith in the Hawkeyes.
No.
How many times, though, have you watched the Hawkeyes come through in these kind of games?
Not that often.
And then Curtis, who's been the star of the show today, and Curtis, yeah. I really admire your optimism going into Georgia. Now, if this was me as an OU fan going into Georgia, even if we were as good as you are, I wouldn't be that optimistic. So I really do admire your optimism a lot. No. He's betting his life savings. This is not a smart thing to do, Curtis. You don't bet your life savings ever on Oklahoma State. Just tell him.
Yeah. I would talk you out of betting the life savings. I will say this. So Oklahoma State's only a 2-point favorite on the road against UCF, a team that's really struggled this year.
Yeah, and we talk about this a lot on here. That's a line that's a little strange.
It is a strange line. It feels like Oklahoma State should win this by 10 plus, but
I agree with you. You're thinking
it's a weird. I don't know. It's really weird. It's really weird. But listen. I think I thought that's the strangest line of the week. I thought
now Curtis's life savings might be $5.
I doubt it. It might be 6.
I
thought this was a good upset pick here. He mentioned Utah in the money line beating Washington today. That's interesting. If I had any faith at all in Utah's offense, I would go there because I do think physically they're going to match up pretty well with Washington. I think they'll hit them in the mouth, as you like to say, but I don't know if they can move the ball enough. That's my worry.
Yeah, we'll talk about them in a minute.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You got them picked. Okay, never mind. Okay. Well, let's get to the best bets then. Let's get to the best bets. I'll go first. This is an oldie but goodie for me. I've used this horse on the show a couple times. I'm going Remington Park, race 1 on the card today. Number 1, Don't Ask, Don't Tell. So this horse was owned by Steve Asmussen, won 3 straight races, got claimed, ran last time out, got 5th. Steve Asmussen claims it right back. And I just love that angle.
Yes.
Asmussen had good success with this horse, ran once for a different trainer, ran it for a tag, and Asmussen said, no, sir, I'm taking that one right back. So Asmussen claimed the horse. It's back at Remington. It's back with the guy that knows how to win with it. I think the number 1, Don't Ask, Don't Tell, in the first race today at Remington Park is going to be really tough. So I'm going there. I'll go ahead and do Magics real quick. He sent this one in. He's going to go Delmar, race 6 on the card. He's going to go with the number 7, Habibs. And I think this is a really good pick as well. This is maybe the worst race ever ran at Delmar. It's pretty bad. This horse isn't the worst. He is a career maiden, but he's been close a lot. And the big thing today, he looks lone speed. I think they'll have to come catch him. So I like this. Delmar, race 6, number 7 for Magic. All right, Papa Dude, time for your college football parlay.
By the way, the Asmussen angle you're playing is gold. It is gold. If he won 3 with it, lost it, and then claimed it right back, he is high on that horse. And by the way, that's why I love Steve Asmussen over these other dudes.
Yeah,
he don't care if it's a $5,000 claimer, a $12,500 maiden.
Yep,
he'll try to find a horse and put it in there.
Yep.
He runs in every kind of race. He just does.
Yep.
And you don't see very many guys with his status claiming horses.
No,
but he does. He owns a bunch of them. So that's cool. I'm pulling for that one tonight. All right. A couple of weeks ago, I won with a 9-team parlay.
Yep.
And I had a 7 last week. It wasn't my best bet, but I got 6 of them. So I thought, well, that's still pretty good. So today I've got an interesting one, and it's a good value, which teams I think should win. So let's look at them. The key to the parlay, making it plus 190, is the very first one, which is Kansas, which is only a 4-point favorite. And I think they're minus 140 or something like that. They're playing Texas Tech in Lawrence. If Kansas was going to have a letdown, I think it would have been last week on the road in Iowa State, and they didn't.
Yeah, I agree.
I think they're ready. I think they're rolling. They got a chance to be in the conference championship game. They're going to have some luck, but they got a chance. They can go to 8-2 with a win. So I think they win this game. I will be really surprised if they lose. Kansas State, that's an issue as well. They blew the game last week, but they're playing Baylor. So I threw them in there. They should win. Alabama is at Kentucky. Come on. Alabama's a lot better than Kentucky.
Yeah, that one would be a shock. Yeah.
I don't like Utah at all tonight at Washington. And the reason I'm saying that is look what Oregon did to them in Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
This game's in Seattle with the same type of team, maybe not as good defensively. But, oh, yeah, Washington did beat Oregon. So they might cover that spread. I don't think their defense is as good as people think it is. I really don't. I don't think it's as good as it has been. It's probably because their offense can't move the ball.
Well, I think that's just it. They've been put in some bad situations. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. And then Florida State plays Miami. Florida State's been bumbling around the last 2 weeks, playing nobodies and struggling. This is a somebody that they hate. It's at home. I think they roll. I'm pretty confident in this one if I can get Kansas home. Yeah. And I really don't. The 2 Kansas games are the ones I'm the most worried about. So I plus 190, I like it.
I think K-State may not cover, but you're not have to worry about that the way you're doing this. I think I could see them struggling for a little bit. Yeah, Alabama, I'm not worried about. Florida State, I'm not really worried about. Washington, it is a tough opponent, but I just think they're better. So I'm with you. The Jayhawks, I don't know. I still am not completely sold on them, but I get it. I get it.
What more do they have to do?
I know. I know. I still think they could lose today, but I like it. It's a good one.
Good.
Yeah, Dirty Reg. This is why I don't prefer these. He loves them, and honestly, he hits them. So I can't sit here and argue with it. But I do think it's a lot of things that have to happen for plus 190. I actually agree with that. But I mean, all he does is hit them, so I can't sit here and argue with him either. So it's one of those things.
Dirty Reg. Gonna have to talk my language first. Is the juice worth the squeeze? Okay, I guess I figured that one.
You know what that is. Yeah.
I'm giving you some shit. That's the kind of better I am. I'm not going to throw a bunch of money on a bunch of shit. That's the way I look at it.
Well, here's the deal. He'll send me these, and I'll go, "Oh God!" And they rarely lose. So I was just like, "Whatever, that's fine."
Okay, why do I want to put some really risky games and maybe get my parlay up to plus 500, and I don't get it?
Well, yeah,
that doesn't make a lick of sense to me. So.
Well, and I think
the difference of opinion. That's all.
Well, and I think, for people like me that kind of side with his round of thinking, that's fine. We can go do our own thing. If he's got something and it works, I can't sit here and argue with it, right?
Yeah.
If week after week, he's making plus 190s, plus 110s, plus 150s on these kind of bets. I mean,
Yeah, I like to get them right.
Well, look, I mean, it's like I said, the results speak for themselves, unfortunately. Because I can't tell you not to do it when you hit them all.
I will be pissed if I don't get this right.
Well, the more I'm bragging on him, the more you're not going to get.
That's right. That's right.
And this is true, Papa. He texted me today. He said, "Are you pretty confident in your horse bets?" I said, "Well, yeah." He's like, "All right, I got one." And I'm like, "Oh no."
Yeah. If he wasn't confident in his, I was not going to do this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get you. I get what you're saying. I totally get it. Totally get it.
Well, I will say
disagree with you. It's just my way, and
most gamblers are going to think like myself and Dirty Reg 22.
Yes.
Yeah. That's the thought process. But I can't argue with the results.
Curtis was going to break his lifetime savings. Well, okay. His lifestyle, what do you say? 500 smack.
$500. Yeah.
Okay. Mine's about 50. So that's why I'm betting this way.
Oh, Lori's going to ride with Papa Dude. Hey, Lori, how you doing?
I'm on fixed income right now.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Okay. I had a couple of bonuses. What was I going to, you throw me way off now.
Come on.
Oh, 3 rapid fire bonus questions. 2 for rapid fire. Arkansas, Auburn. Arkansas is a 2-point favorite. I know we got a lot of Arkansas fans that listen. What do you think? They going to win today?
Pigs. Give me the Pigs.
Okay. Under or over 28.5 points in that Rutgers, Iowa game?
Under.
I think it goes under as well. All right. Our game tonight. Are we going to win this game tonight, Oklahoma?
We better.
Yeah, that's right.
It's all going to depend on our attitude. Are we ready to play? If we're not, we're going to get beat. And I would definitely take West Virginia plus the points.
Let me see what that is now.
Down to 11.5 now.
Okay. That it's starting to become more. It was at 13 earlier. Yeah. I don't think OU, even if they play well, I'm not sure they covered 13.
No.
Listen, like, to me, this is the game where we really are like, okay, are we different or are we the same as last year?
I agree.
Because if we're different, we'll rally, we'll win the rest, and we've had a good year. So this is a huge game.
That's right.
I'm the total opposite. Most OU fans are like, oh, this season's over.
No, not me.
I'm the total opposite. I think these are the 3 most important games we've had all year.
You get 10 wins. And you're Oklahoma and you get 10 wins, you're probably going to be in the New Year's Day Bowl.
Yeah.
Which is about the top for this team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
listen,
huge game tonight. Used to, folks, we would go to these night games.
Yeah.
We were really good and we're thinking, okay, we're going to roll this one. We'll get out of here a little bit early. We can get the car and get home. Not anymore. It goes down to the last play.
So, last year we were 6-7. If we go to 10-2 on the season, win the last 3 games, go to 10-2, and we beat Texas, Yeah, I know for the standards of the history of the program, that's not a great, it's just an okay year.
Yeah.
But the standard completely fell off the map. So if you can bounce back and win 10 games and beat your rival, I'm not saying, yeah, that's great. This is OU. I'm just saying that's a really good season compared to what we had.
With the recruiting class we have coming in, it's a major, this is a huge game.
Yep.
Now, the coaches know it.
Yeah.
The realistic fans know it.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody at OU that's got a brain knows it.
Yeah.
But do the players?
I think so. I think they do. Sometimes I think the fans make too much of that. So I think they'll be ready to play tonight. Just my thought. All right. We'll see what happens. It's going to be a good time today. Going to be a big day. Let's go through the picks here. I'm going to go Remington Park Race 1, number 1. Don't ask, don't tell. Let's see if Steve Asmussen can get his favorite horse into the winner's circle again. Magic's going Del Mar Race 6, number 7, Habibs. And then Papa Dude going for this 5-team parlay: Kansas, Kansas State, Alabama, Washington, and Florida State, plus 190. You've saved us so far this week, Papa Dude. 2+ money hockey games have come in. We're 3-3 for the week, up $5, up $65 for the year. I need to start helping. By the way, if you've watched my best bets the last 2 days, we are 2 photo finishes away from a $540 swing back in the other direction.
Oh my God.
The race at Remington Thursday night kind of got beat on the square. The race yesterday at Gulfstream, I mean, it was brutal how that horse lost. So hopefully we get some better luck today. Going back to our guy Asmussen here to help help me get out of that slump. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. Everybody have a good rest of your Saturday and good luck.